I am wearing today one of my favorite message t-shirts, and it's Stewie from Family Guy, and Stewie is saying in that British accent of his, "I've stopped listening. Why are you still talking?" I love this shirt. Good morning, everybody. It's me, Mitch, and I thought I'd start you out with a little cigar lighting interlude this morning. It's Monday morning. I've already been outside. I've already paraded around on my bare feet, did a little grounding, got a little morning sun in my face. And now I thought I'd come in here, light up a cigar, have a little coffee. It is 7:15 a.m. I've been up since 5, which is pretty normal for me. And I'm thinking about some of the things I want to talk about this morning. As my channel grows and as I really settle into a good schedule, I don't feel the need to take the days off that I used to, and I used to feel that need. And I've talked to you about that many times, about how frustrating it is. How frustrating, how emotional or the response I got to some of the mean and nasty people in comments, how personally I took them. And little by little, I have been, I guess you could say, coming to terms with this. But I think more getting used to it and ignoring it, which is what I should have been able to do all along. But it is what it is. Things have become a little more stable in my channel. The response to what I do has become more consistent and more dependable. Excuse me while I relight my cigar. Hope you all had a nice and a happy Father's Day. I did. A little channel announcement. I tried something on Saturday. I think many of you didn't even know it because you actually have a life and we're doing something on Saturday. And I'm not complaining because I like this life that I have now. At my age, I don't know what else I would be doing. 77 years old. I'm not going to be building huge businesses. I'm not going to be building big careers. I'm pretty much, even though I like to believe I have a lot of years left based on society and what society expects or accepts from people who are pushing 80, they expect us to go away and die. Things are not set up for us. Going to school is not set up for us. Starting a new job anywhere is not, other than a Walmart greeter, is not set up for us. I don't blame them. Most employers are not going to make investments in somebody who, according to statistics, should have died last year. I wouldn't either. Our options are much smaller. So many of us at this age aren't physically able to participate in so many things like travel. At my age, this turns out to be a great and fulfilling thing for me to do. And oddly enough, I'm incredibly content by doing it. I've always tried to be honest with you about my feelings. And yes, I have to make this about me sometimes. I can't just make this about you, because you're here following me, interested in how it's working for me, interested in my frame of mind, how I'm doing, because that was the reason that I started this channel, to say, look at me. Look at what I did. You can do it too. You can do it too. It's not out of the question. So part of what I'm doing is not just about the health. It's about the quality of life for me in general. It's about my happiness as well. What good is it if I live to be 120? If I'm miserable and unhappy, who wants to? Why do I want to? So I can just sit around and be a spectator in the, I hate to use the word spectacle, but that's what it's become, of the demise of civilization and the human race and its takeover by a bunch of mentally ill, deranged, malnourished, brain dead people that have just figured out more and more ways to scam and fool the rest of us. But back to where I started this before I got off on this little rant. And it always feels good to rant, but sometimes the things I rant about are obvious to anybody that has a power of observation and half a brain. Fortunately, most of my viewers not only have half a brain, they have 1.5 brains compared to everybody else. I love you guys, and most of you are very smart, and those of you that aren't are the ones that leave me these comments, and I'm going to get to a few of them. Not because I'm mad at them, just for entertainment's sake. But let me tell you, I'll go back to the happy things, the happy thoughts. Things are going well. I have decided that if things keep going the way they're going, I can supplement my Social Security income with this income from YouTube. Not to make me rich, but to at least take the pressure off and have enough income to live comfortably, buy the things I need to keep the channel going, and relax a little bit. Relax a little bit and not have to worry about money. Now, if any of you think that I don't deserve that, far be it from me. Maybe I don't deserve it. But I'm working hard for it, and if you value what I do, I appreciate your support, and I'm going to keep asking for it, even though I'll love you just as much if you don't or can't. If you can't, trust me, I've been there. I know what it's like. I do not want you to do anything other than get help from what I say if you can, and thank me for it. That's the most important thing you can do. If you want to help support my efforts, I've got the buy me a coffee thing, which I think is helpful, but it's going to slow down. It already has, and certainly it's just going to be a little extra, and I appreciate that. But if you think of me, the links are there. I appreciate it. My main, and I'm honest about this, my main 2 sources of revenue from YouTube, and this is not begging, this is just reality. My main 2 sources are my Amazon links, which is something that I learned I could do that doesn't actually cost anybody any money. It just allows me to get a small commission on things you were going to buy anyway, things that I use myself. And in my Amazon links are only things that I have bought and paid for myself to help me with carnivore, the sous vide stuff, the air fryer stuff, all the tools, even the cameras I use, people have asked me about. And I started this as a convenience, these links, never thinking it would ever amount to anything, so that you could find what I use if you wanted to do it the way I do it. Now, of course, there's other ways to do things. But it's worked out. It's worked out. Amazon is certainly a hell of a lot more grateful than YouTube is. YouTube, I think, still thinks they're doing us content creators a favor by letting us share a very, very, very small part of the ad revenue that they generate. And we all know how much money they make. My ad revenue and the small commissions I make from Amazon are allowing me to actually consider this as a full-time job because I have Social Security. I don't know if I could live on this alone, but I can for the first time in many, many, many years. And even though I do some outside work, comes in spurts, be comfortable and relax and not feel like I just got out of high school and I need to find a job working at a fast food restaurant, although the minimum wage makes that not a bad job these days, at least until they close because they can't afford to pay the workers anymore. Let me go in and let me look for some comments. And I'm going to read them, and I'm not going to read who they're from. I'm not going to embarrass anybody. Some of them are funny. Some of them are just people busting on me. And I almost kind of like that. But I feel that some of them, it'd be interesting for you to hear them. This one, LOL, you're the one who said sous vide in plastic is bad and put the bags on your list. He was talking about those silicone bags. Ha ha, just saying. And this was in response to my video where I said, you know, it seems as though the new sous vide bags are BPA and chemical free and are perfectly safe. And I explained that in a reply. Mitch, I will allow you to be wrong, and I will not criticize you. But you are wrong. I believe in adaptation, but not evolution. Allow me that privilege. My answer was, isn't telling me I'm wrong criticizing me? Here's somebody coming to my rescue. One of my viewers giving an answer to somebody that posted a tirade about religion against evolution. I'm here for the carnivore conversation. When I need to talk about spirituality, I will consult my pastor. Oh, some of these things I can't even read to you, but they're out there. Here's one of my personal favorites. Here's a viewer of mine that says, awesome, and this was in response to me cooking steak and eggs. Awesome, but you're touching everything with hands that you touched raw meat with and raw eggs, and you were handling your salt dispenser, your drawer. This is no commas. Pull to your silverware drawer, your counters. You put your hands on pretty much everything in your kitchen with raw meat and raw eggs on your hands, completely unsanitary. Love you, man. Love your channel, but I wouldn't eat in your kitchen. That was a sentence with no capitals, no punctuation, just words. My response was, who invited you? LOL. And then I said, nah, I need to do better than that. So I wrote this response: who invited you? LOL. By the way, you could eat raw meat. You could eat the raw eggs. You could touch the raw eggs to the raw meat and then eat it. You could put gloves on, touch the raw meat and the raw eggs with the gloves, then touch it with your hands, then eat it. And it would make absolutely no frigging difference. Cavemen touched everything. If I were you, my friends, I would stay away from restaurants, and for your own peace of mind, wear a hazmat suit whenever you go near food. Then I said, by the way, loved your comment. Here's one. Let me know when you get off of this sous vide kick that I will never even try. I'll come back when you cook like normal folks do. My answer was, don't hold your breath. And then a ton of my viewers rallied to my defense, and I love you guys. I love you guys for that. You know, here's one. You know, it's Y-E-A-H. You know, I've seen you buy all you need for your, but please tone down your dislike for all other foods. Please try and keep the negativity on your part to a minimum. Not everyone is interested in your feelings. Thank you. Accept my apology for having feelings and opinions. Now, this person went on to start leaving comments. Evidently, she had been a new viewer and started leaving comments on many of my other videos, including this one. Very annoying listening to you eat is disgusting. I think she meant disgusting. Weren't you brought up to keep your mouth closed when eating? Obviously not. Thank you again. Thank you so much again for pointing out what's wrong with me and the fact that maybe I'm a human being and don't quite live up to your standards. Here's one. You didn't think to give the price. This was on my video talking about my little shopping. I think it was the last video I made on my little shopping trip to Sam's Club. Got a thumbs down graphic emoji. You didn't think to give price per pound. The closest you came was the chicken wings, $18 for 3 pounds. Seriously? You paid $6 a pound for non-organic, non-pasture-raised, run-of-the-mill chicken with bones. Never checked if the fish was wild caught. Never checked the ingredients in the pork rinds. The only thing I learned from your video today is that you need, God, I love that expression when people tell me what I need. You need to up your game on how to shop. Sorry, I usually love your videos. This one falls short. Here's the problem I have with that. If I left a comment on everybody's video about what I thought they were doing wrong, that would become a full-time job for me. If I don't like something, I just ignore it. I stop watching that person. I hide that channel. But these people that keep coming back and telling me what's wrong with me, what I need to do, are gone from this channel. That's it. You leave a comment like that, I don't even think about it anymore. You're gone. I don't need you, and you don't need me. I'm not going to use 4-letter words, but F off. That's my answer from here on out. I used to try to take people's feelings into account. I can't do it anymore. I can't take feelings into account when there are none. Here's a guy keeps asking me about my personal finances. Keeps demanding that I tell how many taxes I pay, what investments I have. That's none of your goddamn business. And they say that couched in, you have no business asking for help. I'm not asking for anybody's help. I'm not begging, and that pisses me off. You know, I knew I was going to get angry reading through some of these things. Here's another one. Can we talk about something else besides YouTube? We know about YouTube. Yes, I talk about YouTube, and it's a part of my life. I thought people would be interested in knowing how YouTube works. But to be accused of talking about nothing but YouTube, my answer to this person, help me out here. After 300 videos talking about everything, virtually everything to do with carnivore, human physiology, evolution, and all of the related subjects, what is it that I haven't talked about? Adios. This one is so long I can't even begin to read it. It's 2 pages of this. Hi, just seen this, and I think your channel is great. But how on earth do you afford to spend the equivalent of 150 pounds? That was right after my shopping spree at Sam's where I spent $190. My budget for everything for a month is 120 pounds. Obviously, it's different in the States to UK, but we are spending so much on heating as it is a cold June here. I work full-time, but still can't afford to spend that much on food. Different degrees of poverty, I guess, after seeing your video saying you needed money. Well, excuse me, that after losing all my businesses and being flat on my back, broke, almost homeless for so many years, I'm finally pulling myself out of the gutter through hard work, intelligence, and doing something worthwhile, asking for help to be paid for it, because that's the only way you can get paid, by doing YouTube. Being told countless times a day how many people I'm helping and getting thank yous for it. Finally being encouraged by my good viewers. There's nothing I can do for you if you're broke. There's nothing I can do. I can't give to charity. The only charity that I have is me right now, because I'm trying to survive. Sorry. What did you expect to accomplish by publicly telling everybody this message in comments on one of my videos? Then the trivial shit. Of course I understand the point you're making, but that picture was not a monkey, it was a chimpanzee. There's a big difference. It wasn't a chimpanzee, it was a friggin' howler monkey. And yes, it was a great ape. And yes, I know that. Nitpick, nitpick, nitpick. And my viewers came to the rescue after that little comment. One of them said, nobody cares. The other one says, he really has cool facial expressions, though. Thank you. But you shouldn't have to come to my defense answering comments from morons. And I'm going to leave it at that before I really get upset. And this does calm me down. I think I'm going on long enough this morning. I'm going to have to probably edit it out, a lot of this, because it's been a long rant. I've been going on for, I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I've been going on for 45 minutes here. I would never subject you all to that much of me ranting. So I will tell you, as a way of a channel announcement, I have decided that I'm going to have a Saturday live stream, which I did just an impromptu one last Saturday. Did a Saturday live stream. I was sitting around. I had made and posted my YouTube video for the day, I was feeling a little bit alone because I am a loner. And I said, you know, the people in Europe, and I have a lot of followers in Europe, come into my Thursday night live stream and say good night because it's the middle of the night for them. And always miss it. The people in Australia, it's morning for them so they can see it. But just about everybody in the world isn't in the middle of the night except the people in Europe and the Middle East. So I said, I'm going to do one in the afternoon. I'm going to just do it. I thought about this an hour before I did it. I put it up there. With about an hour's notice, it popped up. And I said, well, you know, it's probably not enough notice. It's Saturday. People are busy doing things. But, you know, worst comes to worst, nobody will show up. And I said, okay, well, maybe. We'll see. Worst comes to worst. Nobody shows up. I'll say, take the rest of the day off, and I'll just delete the whole mess, and it'll be as though it never happened. So I did. I put up this live stream. And about a half an hour before it started, I saw people starting to come into the chat saying hello. And I said, well, somebody noticed. And what happened was amazing. Had an hour and a half live stream with an average of 120 or more viewers for the whole thing. The performance of that video was equal to my Thursday night regular live stream. The response was fabulous. The people in Europe appreciated it. Most of my regulars were here, and they appreciate it. I had a ball. I had a ball. Those are the things that make all this fun for me, because I get to interact with the community, answer the questions, and sometimes bring people in and meet new people. I love it. And I decided on the spot that I was going to add that as a regular weekly live stream. So I'll be up to 3 now, but 2 for everybody, 1 for the private community. And I'm going to do it at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, which is an hour earlier than what I did, which would make it about 8 o'clock in the evening over there, or 9 o'clock in the evening over there in Europe, which is certainly a good time. And for people who aren't out partying and having plans on a Saturday night, like most people our age are not out every night partying and are home looking for something to do, I hope this be a place that you get used to coming. And it was great to see you all. And I was so elated when that ended. I used to miss it. I used to have to wait from Thursday to Tuesday. That's 5 days to meet my friends again. And this kind of fills in. This fills in. And it made me very happy. And I want to thank you all for coming. And thank you for the response to that pop-up impromptu live stream. So I will see you not only Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, not only Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern on the private community live stream, but I will see you on Saturday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern for a yet-to-be-named live stream that'll be anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours. So I wanted to thank you and just mention that. And I hope you look out for it, and I hope you attend it. So with that, I'm going to finish my coffee, probably cold by now. I'm going to sit out here for a few minutes and relax, get over my walk down comment memory lane, and you take the rest of the day off and eat meat.